He's finishing his high school and will be going to college. So Sindhi tamam suthi ॻाल्हाईंदो hai, and he has written few small articles. I'll share those with you. Sindhi tamam suthi ॻाल्हाईंदो hai, Gyan.
Thank you, Kamal uncle. Hani, YouTube te live hai.
Live hai, and सबने क्या admit किया होता है या खुले तो रखी window so that people can keep coming in.
खुले रखियो
है ना, ठीक है. तो मैं शेयर किया स्क्रीन आने
जी चालू कर.
ठीक है आने.
अंकल तव्हांजो स्क्रीन ब्लरी आहे.
हाँ मां उनखे हिकु मिनट वरी खोलियांसि थो.
जी
हाणे ॾिसण में अचे थो ही?
हाणे 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 थोरो ठीकु आहे.
ठीक है ना. ही छा जो फोटो है?
गियर.
गियर. सभिनी खे ख़बर है गियर छा थींदो है? याशिका खे ख़बर कोन्हे. अच्छा.
Jalebi? No.
हाँ you are right. You are very close to it. जलेबी थींदी है नंढड़ी ऐं गियर थींदो है वॾो. वॾो माना large size. And let me show you how it is made. There are other two pictures. ये ॾिसो न कीअं तरजंदा आहिनि ऐं पोइ I will enlarge it. They dip them in the syrup after they have been fried. चाश में विझंदा आहिनि ऐं तंहिंखां पोइ this is how they stack them. Gear. पोइ इन मथां सोनो वर्क या चांदीअ वर्क लॻाए and that's how they sell them. There's a special treat सिंधियुनि जे लाइ आहे on होली. तव्हांखे ख़बर आहे न होलीअ ते गियर थींदा आहिनि. इंडिया में सिंध में ऑल स्वीट शॉप जेके आहिनि से सभु गियर ठाहींदा आहिनि होलीअ ते. It is supposed to be the treat for Holi. Believe it or not, yesterday we got a gift of gear which was sent by someone from Bombay. It came to Bay Area and that person came here and brought it. And we had about 8 or 9 people here doing practice for Cheti Chand preparation. So everybody had the piece of gear that became like a auspicious thing, celebrating Holi with gear from Bombay in time for everybody to share.
Was it from Tharu? Was it from Tharu? Was it from
Yes.
Tharu?
Yes, exactly. Tharu's gear. The person who had come from Bombay had brought, and this person got it from that person and brought it over here, and everybody had a piece of it. They enjoyed it. So this is gear. Since it is right in front of us and holy, why not I touch the subject of colors? Ranga. जेके थींदा आहिनि न रंग, तिनखे सिंधीअ में how do we call those colors? हाणे गियर जो रंग कहिड़ो आहे? गियर जो रंग जेको चइजे त केसरिया रंग अथसि, केसर वांगुरु, saffron, correct, which is neither red nor yellow. Red थींदो ॻाढ़ो ऐं yellow थींदो पीलो, but this is in between. ऐं इन खे चइबो आहे केसरिया, केसर जो रंग. केसर तव्हांखे ख़बर आहे न छा थींदी आहे? सेफ्रॉन. त ही सेफ्रॉन जो कलर आहे ऐं उहो आहे गिहर जो रंग. And since we are talking about colors, त मूं चयो तव्हां सां ॿिया कलर्स बि शेयर कयां. त इहो थियो केसर जो रंग ऐं ॿियो थींदो हिन रंग खे असीं छा चवंदासीं? या
ॻाढ़ो?
अञा हा
ॻाढ़ो.
ॻाढ़ो. ही थियो ॻाढ़ो रंग. सिंधीअ में चइबो ॻाढ़ो, ॻ. तव्हांखे यादि आहे लास्ट वीक जॾहिं असां क्लास कयो हो त हुन में स्पेशल सिंधी साउंड्स वी टॉक्ड अबाउट दैट. त हिनमें जी जे मथां कैरेट सिंबल लॻे त उहो थींदो ॻाढ़ो, ॻ. ॻ ॻाढ़ो. ही कहिड़ो रंग आहे? ॻाढ़ो. ही कहिड़ो रंग आहे? पेन जो जेको कैप आहे उहो आहे ॻाढ़ो. केसरिया, ॻाढ़ो. अच्छा, तंहिंखां पोइ ही कहिड़ो रंग आहे? ग्रीन. ग्रीन खे चइबो साओ. ग्रीन खे छा चइबो सिंधीअ में? साओ. साओ, ॻाढ़ो, साओ. ऐं तंहिंखां पोइ ही कहिड़ो रंग आहे? हीअ पीलो. पीलो. येलो खे चइबो आहे पीलो. ही कहिड़ो रंग आहे?
कारो.
कारो, ब्लैक. कारो. हाणे मां तव्हांखे रंगनि जी ॻाल्हि ताईं वठी थो हलां हिन मैप ते. ही मैप ताईं ॾिसो था न पुठियां सिंध जो मैप. हिन में जिते सिंध लिखियल आहे उहो आहे कहिड़े रंग में? ॻाढ़ो. सिंध जो अखर जेके आहिनि न उहे आहिनि ॻाढ़ो. ऐं जंहिं बेल्ट ते लिखियल आहे रंग कहिड़ो आहे? पीलो. हा, पीलो. ही पीलो. अच्छा, तंहिंखां पोइ ही जेको रंग आहे ही कहिड़ो रंग आहे? ब्लू कलर खे सिंधी में छा चइबो? नीरो. नीरो. ब्लू कलर, नीरो. ही कहिड़ो रंग आहे? डिस्ट्रिक्ट सखर शिकारपुर. ये करो पिंक के चाहे गुलाबी. पिंक के जाबो गुलाबी. जो गुलाबी ऐं हीअ जेको रंग डिस्ट्रिक्ट ग्रीन उनखे सिंधी में छा चइबो? साओ. साओ. अच्छा, हाणे थियो नीरो थियो. ही जेको आहे ही कहिड़ो रंग है? लाइट ब्लू कलर. इनके जब वो छिडो नीरो. लाइट ब्लू, छिडो नीरो. आहे ब्लू पर छिडो नीरो. ही किताब जेको आहे त जो ही रंग कहिड़ो आहे? अछो, वाइट. अछो. वो ही थियो कारो. अछो, कारो. तंहिंखां पोइ तो ॻाढ़ो, पीलो, नीरो साओ, गुलाबी, छिडो नीरो, लाइट ब्लू कलर। ॿिया बि घणेई रंग थींदा आहिनि, पर वो तव्हांखे जस्ट इंट्रोडक्टरी, सिंधी में असीं ॻाल्हायूं था न, त गिहर जो रंग कहिड़ो हो? केसरी, केसर जो रंग, गिहर जो रंग। हुन स्क्रीन ते ॾिसो वेठा न, केसर जो रंग, गिहर जो रंग जेको आहे हिते केसर वांगुरु। इट इज़ नॉट रेड, इट इज़ नॉट येलो, न को ॻाढ़ो आहे न को पीलो आहे, केसर वांगुरु आहे। इन खे जे ॿिए नमूने सां चइजे, हिकिड़ो ॿियो रंग थींदो आहे जंहिंखे चवंदा आहियूं सोनहरी। सोनहरी, ही कहिड़ो रंग आहे? सोनहरी, गोल्डन कलर, सोनहरी। ॿियो थींदो आहे ऑरेंज कलर। ऑरेंज कलर खे चइबो आहे नारंगीअ जो रंग। ऑरेंज कलर जेको थींदो आहे न, नारंगी, नारंगी इज व्हाट? ऑरेंज, नारंगी जो रंग। So this was just a brief introduction. The Sindhi ranga, तीअं असीं, we should be able to use those in our conversation. Sindhi ranga. अॼु मां तव्हांखे अॻियां वधायां थो। असां जेको लास्ट टाइम ही होली जा रंग जेके थींदा आहिनि न, मूं तव्हांखे जेका ईमेल मोकिली हुई, हैप्पी कलरफुल होली, उन में रंग आहिनि न, ॻाढ़ो, नीरो, मैजेंटा कलर है, ऐं ॿियो साओ। So this was just because of the time and we were discussing होली, त मुंहिंजो रंगनि जी ॻाल्हि कयां। हाणे मां तव्हांखे पहिरीं ॾेखारियां थो, हीअ जेका शीट मूं तव्हांखे मोकिली हुई, इंट्रोडक्शन सिंधी ॿोली, बेसिक रूल्स। बेसिक रूल्स खे छा था चऊं? बुनियादी क़ाइदा, बेसिक रूल्स। हाँ प्रिया चओ।
Uncle,
Clear
अखर
कोन्हे?
clear कान आहे।
वॾो थो कयांसि, ॾिसीस हाणे। हाणे
That's better. That's better. Yeah.
हाणे पढ़ण में अचे थो? त हीअ
हाँ।
बेसिक रूल्स। त इन में जेके बेसिक रूल्स मूं तव्हांखे लास्ट टाइम डिस्कस कया हुआ, उहे कीअं शेयर कया आहिनि तव्हां सां? The knowledge of alphabet table, vowels and the 3 symbols used for alphabet is required so that we should be able to read and write Sindhi in Romanized Sindhi script. And मूं तव्हां सां छा शेयर कयो लास्ट टाइम? अल्फाबेट टेबल, जेका ABCD मां क्रिएट कयल है, but instead of 26 letters we have the alphabet table of 47. सिंधीअ में हूअं 52 थींदा आहिनि। अरबी जेका सिंधी राइट टू लेफ्ट लिखबी आहे न, हुन में थींदा आहिनि 52 लेटर्स। असांजी अल्फाबेट में जेका रोमनाई सिंधी स्क्रिप्ट जी आहे, तंहिंमें आहिनि 47। देवनागरी में भी 47 थींदा आहिनि। 47 because some common sounds have got only one syllable, one alphabet assigned. जीअं क ऐं क ॿ आहिनि, उहो हिन में अंग्रेजी में असीं जेको लिखूं था हिकिड़ो ई लिखंदा आहियूं, के, क। साॻी तरह स सिंधीअ में 2 थींदा आहिनि अल्फाबेट में, सिंधी अल्फाबेट में, पर असीं रोमनाइज सिंधी स्क्रिप्ट में हिकिड़ो था लिखूं, एस। तो ये कॉमन जेके आहिनि वर्ड्स, त अल्फाबेट असांजी 47 जी आहे। उहा असां कई हुई लास्ट टाइम। ऐं छा तां कई हुईसीं? फ्रॉम romanizedSindhi.org वेबसाइट तां। उतां मूं तव्हांखे जेका टेबल हलाए ॾिनी हुई। अॼु मां तव्हां सां शेयर करणु थो चाहियां द नेक्स्ट वन, वॉवल्स। सिंधीअ में घणा vowels थींदा आहिनि. So once you know the alphabet, consonants, and then you know the vowels, you can construct any word. Akhar. How to construct a word. It's just like a Legos game. You connect them together with a proper link between, which is the vowel, and you have got the word with correct sound. The Mata Sahira share karan to jaya from the romanizedSindhi.org the website. I'm going there, you will see that here website romanizedSindhi.org. You are able to see that? उन्हें में ऑडियो विजुअल जो को पासे का उन्हें ते मु क्लिक कयो हुआ है and there are two audio visual. हिकरो है अल्फाबेट जो है ॿियो है वॉवल्स जो. अल्फाबेट जो असां लास्ट टाइम कयो. अॼु I will play the list of vowels so you get used to it and then we'll proceed further. So let me turn on. ये टेबल है अल्फाबेट वॉवल सी टेबल है ताजे सामने. While the background music is playing, you can see the table. A, E, A, O, O.
Sindhi vowel a in Roman a as used in kann means ear. Sindhi vowel a in Roman double a as used in taro means star. Sindhi vowel a in Roman I as used in pittal means brass. Sindhi vowel E in Roman double E as used in topi means cap. Sindhi vowel U in Roman U as used in muth means fist. Sindhi vowel U in Roman double O as used in suf means apple. Sindhi vowel A in Roman E as used in thelo means bag. Sindhi vowel A in Roman AI as used in bet means poem. Sindhi vowel O in Roman O as used in matho means head. Sindhi vowel O in Roman AU as used in naukar means servant. Sindhi vowel An in Roman A''N used in mandar means temple. Apostrophe N is used for nasal sound as in ma, ha, acha.
हाणे हिन खां पोइ let us go back to the what we talked about the rules. The पहिरियों rule कहिड़ो ॾिसोसीं असां alphabet table. तंहिंमें special sounds ईंदा आहिनि. Special sounds we signify by tilde and caret symbol. जेके असां कमांदा हुआ alphabet table में. तंहिंखां पोइ आहिनि vowels. हाणे ही जेके vowels असां ॾिठा, let me tell you the distinction of vowels in English language and Sindhi language. What is the difference? English language में थींदा आहिनि A, E, I, O, U. पंज vowels. उहे पंज vowels जेके आहिनि, they are used for different sounds. For instance, U can be used as put, but, cute. Mana, same vowel has got three different sounds. Correct? But in Sindhi language, it is not that the case. Sindhi language mein, every vowel has got only one sound, and therefore you don't have to assume what must be the sound in this particular word. C-U-T, cut, but B-U-S-H, bush. Cut and bush. Cute, C-U-T-E. Three different sounds of you have to know beforehand to be able to pronounce correctly. But in Sindhi, U is U. Only one sound. That's why we got 11 vowels. And kiyan mata ke takro refresh to kya. A, I, U, U, A, O, Ang. These are the 11 vowels. You can repeat with me because this will come on your tongue very simple. All of you try to repeat with me. Let me hear that you are pronouncing correctly. Unmute yourself. A, I, U, A, O, Ang. And ye 11 vowels and they are like in a Lego used as a link between consonants and you can create any shape. Mana, you can create any word. Harji Sindhi mein Ram, R, A, M. Ram. Correct? How would you write Ram? R, A, M. The R में जो R, A में जो double A, that is a vowel, and M, pucha, M. So how did you write in Romanized Hindi script? Ram. R, R, that is A, and M. Supposing I were to ask you, तुंहिंजो नालो छा आहे? हाणे नालो, नालो is name. Nalo. How will you write nalo in Romanized Hindi? N is na, A is double A, na, L is L, and O, nalo. Correct? Yashika, Vritti, Tushar. Nalo. N,
Nalo.
double A, na, la, and O, nalo. Now, what we normally do when you are doing SMS in English, writing Sindhi, you do not use the full vowels or correct vowels. You end up using English vowels, which are 5 only, and assuming that the sound will be appropriately read by the person who receives the message. But that's not the case. असांखे रोमनाइज सिंधीअ में करेक्ट वॉवल यूज़ कंदासीं, the pronunciation is not left to somebody's assumption. It has to be pronounced as you write. That is the distinction between SMS, which you write in English, which is transliteration. That is not Sindhi. Sindhi is when you use Sindhi alphabet and Sindhi vowels. Then it becomes Sindhi, as if you are writing in Arabic or Devanagari. And third option is to write it in Romanized Sindhi. You are writing correct Sindhi. There is absolutely no difference between what somebody who knows Arabic will read or somebody who knows Devanagari will read and somebody who knows Romanized Sindhi will read. And I will show you this book. This is Sukhmani Sahib. You have heard of Sukhmani? It is a sacred scripture from Guru Granth Sahib. Sukhmani, lot of your elders must have done the part of Sukhmani Sahib. It's like reciting certain shlokas from Guru Granth. Now, Sukhmani Sahib is written normally in Punjabi. That is, you know what Punjabi is? Guru Granth Sahib is written in Punjabi. Sindhi is written in Sindhi script, which is alphabet, written in right to left, Arabic. This is the book which we produced, I produced along with Dada Lakshman Chela Ram, to write the whole Sukhmani in Romanized Sindhi script. So the meaning of every shloka inside is given in Sindhi. But when you read it, it reads like Sindhi, it is written in Romanized Sindhi script. Here is the shloka written, and here is the meaning given in Romanized Sindhi script, which is written in English alphabet, but with Romanized script, and as if I am reading Sindhi correctly. Jeko hunake tho vane soi tho hu kare. Now this is written in Romanized Sindhi script. So the idea was, when I was bringing you up to understand the basics of Sindhi in Romanized script, was to know the consonants, to know your vowels, and now you can write correct Sindhi without doing any transliteration. So one mein pronunciations correct inda. I will now go to one sheet that I have prepared and I sent to you. It was this homework sheet. I will enlarge it and then we'll go through this. What was this? This is a map of Sindh. Do you see this map of Sindh? This is the map of the Sindh in detail, but this one that I've sent to you in this particular homework sheet has got the states. The names of the states written there, like provinces within Sindh. Cairo hai, Mathe hai, Jacobabad, Shikarpur, Sakhar, all names are there. Can you read those? From the attachment, I'll enlarge it further. These are the different districts. Right in the center is Hyderabad. Do you see Hyderabad here? My cursor, can you see there? Hyderabad. Underneath is Thatto. On the left here, at the corner is Karachi, which is a big port, just like Bombay or Los Angeles or New York. It's a huge port in Sindh, which is Karachi. Now, these are all the names of the districts of Sindh. Now I'll take you to the 3 items that are listed there. I want you to, if you make a copy of this homework sheet and keep it in your folder, तो उन्हें में पहनो नंबर छाए मुझो नालो डैश आहे मुझो नालो my name space is blank. You need to write down your full name in that. मुझो नालो okay, are you with me? Then there comes second one. मुंहिंजी उम्र dash 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 आहे मुंहिंजी उम्र हेतिरा साल आहे. Now you remember last time we had done the anga which is what? Numbers 1 to 31. I will repeat those numbers with you today later on, but in the second sentence तव्हांखे छा लिखणो आहे मुंहिंजी उम्र. Supposing Yashika writes there 16 साल आहे 16 या Vritti can say मुंहिंजी उम्र 17 साल आहे मुंहिंजी उम्र 25 साल आहे मुंहिंजी उम्र 22 साल आहे. I would like to see you write in Romanized Sindhi, that is your Sindhi. मुंहिंजी उम्र हेतिरा साल साल कीअं थो लिखंदा S is S, A is double A and L. मुंहिंजी उम्र 16 साल आहे मुंहिंजी उम्र 18 साल आहे. So you need to fill up the blank of the second sentence. मुंहिंजी उम्र माना age. मुंहिंजी. Now I am bringing you gradually to the next level of understanding of Sindhi language. First sentence में छा लिखियो मुंहिंजो नालो. Doesn't matter whether Sarmad was writing or Kumud was writing, Priya was writing, Yashika was writing or Vritti was writing. Everybody will write मुंहिंजो नालो dash dash आहे. Doesn't matter whether you are a woman or a man. Nalo is masculine for everybody. मुंहिंजो ओ नालो dash 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 आहे मुंहिंजो नालो यशिका देवाणी आहे मुंहिंजो नालो सरमद आहे मुंहिंजो नालो कुमुद कोकल आहे मुंहिंजो नालो वृत्ति आहे. नेक्स्ट सेंटेंस में छाओ मुंहिंजी उम्र 16 साल आहे मुंहिंजी उम्र. Now whether man is writing or woman is writing, everybody will say मुंहिंजी उम्र. पर नालो हो मुंहिंजो नालो. Now I am giving you this subtle hint because that's the next rule which I am going to discuss with you. What is this? मुंहिंजो नालो and मुंहिंजी उम्र. Why is this distinction? Sindhi में मुंहिंजो नालो पर मुंहिंजी उम्र. I did say मुंहिंजो उम्र या मुंहिंजी नालो. No. मुंहिंजो नालो मुंहिंजी उम्र. Masculine and feminine. That will be the next important rule which I will be discussing with you. But today I have given you a subtle hint. You will write the second sentence. Now come to the third sentence, which is also very important. मुंहिंजा ॾाॾो ऐं ॾाॾी सिंध में डैश 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 शहर में रहंदा हुआ. Now, each one of you must find out from your parents or grandparents. Where exactly did your grandfathers, great-grandfathers, the families lived in Sindh? Because many who left in 1947, second generation was born in India, and maybe you are third generation. So your parents were born in India or elsewhere in USA or anywhere in the world, may not be born in Sindh. Their parents, of course, must have been born in Sindh. Hopefully, I am assuming they must have been born in Sindh. So you need to find out from your parents. Do they know where did their grandparents live in Sindh? First sentence is, Muinja dado and dadi. Your father's father and mother. Dado, dadi. Dado is what? Grandfather. Father's father. Thank you. Dado. Now what is that da? D with a caret symbol. That becomes da. Dyari, daru, this. You remember we talked about these special Sindhi sounds? So hete dado. Dado is considered what? Grandfather. Meja, dado and dadi. Dadi is grandmother. Sindhu me, A-M-E apostrophe N. Me. Sindhu me. Hane dash dash dash. Open sentence. You have to find out. Sindhu me kehre shahar mein rahanda wa. Supposing they lived in Shikarpur, so then you will write Meja dado and dadi Sindhu mein Shikarpur mein rahanda wa. यहाँ सखर में रहंदा हुआ, लाड़काने में रहंदा हुआ, हैदराबाद में रहंदा हुआ, कराची में रहंदा हुआ. Tushar, you are with me?
Yes.
What I am asking here is that this homework sheet which I have sent, if you make a copy of it and print it and enter in this the information that you need to know about yourself and your ancestors, you need to enter that in Romanized Hindi script. Mejo nalo Tushar Dadlani ahe. Meji umar 18 saal ahe. Meja, plural, Meja dado and dadi. Sindhu में हैदराबाद शहर में रहंदा हुआ, या कराची में रहंदा हुआ, शिकारपुर में रहंदा हुआ, लाड़काने में रहंदा हुआ. You need to know that. And the next sentence is Nano and Nani. First one you said Dadu and Dadi. What is Nano and Nani? Mother's side. Your mother's father and mother, grandmother. What happens that? Now you are trying to find out your ancestry. Menja Nano and Nani Sindhu mein kithe rahanda hua. All of you owe to yourself to know where your grandparents came from, where they used to live in Sindh before partition. Sarmad just now mentioned that during last winter vacation he had gone to Karachi. He lived in Canada, but he went to Karachi because his family is there. So he took a trip to Karachi. Sarmad likhi sake to Menja grandparents, Dado Dadi, Nano Nani, Karachi में या हैदराबाद में रहंदा आहिन. तई छा लिखंदा? रहंदा हुआ. because your grandparents used to live there. I want you to write this sentence in Romanized Sindhi script. Third sentence. Muinja dadu and dadi Sindhu mein dash 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 shahar mein randa hua, and nano and nani Sindhu mein dash 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 shahar mein randa hua. So this homework sheet takes you from the first lesson that we learned, alphabet in Roman script, then the vowels we discussed today. Last time we also discussed the anga, numbers. So we use those numbers in writing umr. So every word you can construct correctly with consonants, vowels, and numbers, you know, anga. You can write मुंहिंजो नालो dash 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 आहे, मुंहिंजी उमिरि हेतिरा साल आहे, पोइ मुंहिंजा ॾाॾो ऐं ॾाॾी सिंध में हिन शहर में रहंदा हुआ, मुंहिंजा नानो ऐं नानी सिंध में हिन शहर में रहंदा हुआ. And this particular sheet, your homework sheet, becomes your first sheet in your folder, because this is where you create a link with your ancestry and your heritage. असी सिंधी छो पिया पढ़ूं? छो जो असी सिंधी आहियूं. असांजा वॾा सिंध मां आया, सिंध में रहंदा हुआ. असी भले किथे बि हुजूं, अमेरिका में हुजूं, कनाडा में हुजूं, जापान में हुजूं, या पनामा में हुजूं, या यूरोप में हुजूं, या इंग्लैंड में हुजूं, किथे बि हुजूं, doesn't matter. सिंगापुर में हुजूं, हांगकांग में हुजूं, किथे बि हुजूं, पर we have to find our roots, जंहिंखे चइबो आहे न, to trace back your roots. हिकिड़ो दफ़ो तव्हांखे या पंहिंजे रूट्स जी ज़रूरी ख़बर हुअणु खपे. ऐं मां चाहींदुसि त in the next class try to share, once you have found out from your grandparents or your parents, share that information. मुंहिंजा ॾाॾो ॾाॾी सिंध में हिते रहंदा हुआ, नानो नानी हिते रहंदा हुआ. And that will tie you up from your heart with the place of your origin, and that makes the bridge for learning Sindhi language. Because that gives us what? Our identity. Sindhi boli asanji सुञाणप आहे, आइडेंटिटी आहे. असीं सिंधी आहियूं या असांजी सुञाणप आहे. सिंधी ॿोली असांजी सुञाणप आहे. And inside your heart you know that you also belong to this land which is called Sindh. And in this land, let me also once again remind you, there is here in district Larkana, what is this place? Mohenjo-daro. Mohenjo-daro is 5,000 years old urban civilization. Urban mana with proper town planning. It was not a village. It was a town with a total town planning, roads at right angles, drainage, covered drainage system, 2-story houses. Houses made of what? Burnt bricks. Those bricks are even today available at those excavation sites. 5,000 years ago, our heritage, Mohenjo-daro, tells us that this was a flourishing urban civilization which thrived on the banks of Sindhu River. No other culture on this earth can claim that degree of urbanization, that degree. People may have lived in different stages. Some people were in caves, some people were in villages, some people were hunting and living. These people were far ahead, far ahead. Very civilized. They had big swimming pools, huge warehouses for grains. and they used to do trading in the boats along the Sindhu River and carry their goods. So you have to be proud of your heritage. Asanji heritage hai Sindhu River civilization. We are the descendants of that. We are the descendants of that civilized urban civilization, oldest on the earth. Feel proud about it, and that gives you one very important reason to connect yourself with that ancestry through what? Through the language. Asanji boli. Boli asanke asanji identity dindi. मां कह रहा मां सिंधी आया सिंधी ॿोली मूं तव्हांखे बैत पढ़ी ॿुधायो जेको लिखियो हो लिस्ट मूं तव्हांखे ॾिनी न जेका फर्स्ट शीट ॾेखारी जंहिंमें लिखियल हो क़ाइदा व्हाट आर द बेसिक रूल्स ऑफ सिंधी लेट मी गो बैक टू यू एंड आई देन टेक यू टू द नेक्स्ट लेसन हा हिते ई जेको मूं तव्हांखे ॾेखारियो हो न Can you read this? Ane.
Uncle, थोड़ा नीचे कयो.
Ane.
बस ठीक है. Yeah, perfect.
ही लिखेल है कीअं विसारियां सिंधी ॿोली. This is written in Romanized script. This is your language. कीअं विसारियां सिंधी ॿोली मिठड़ी ॿोली सिंधी ॿोली मिठड़ी ॿोली जंहिंमें माउ ॾिनी मूंखे लोली. Can you read this now? This is Romanized Sindhi script. This is your script for your Sindhi language. कीअं विसारियां सिंधी ॿोली मिठड़ी ॿोली जंहिंमें माउ ॾिनी मूंखे लोली. My mom gave me lullaby in her hands. She carried me and made me sleep by singing to me in Sindhi ॿोली, my mother tongue. How can I forget it? I cannot afford to forget it because that is my identity. People may come from different parts of the world. They speak their language. German, Germany. Italian, Italian language. People from Italy. Then from Spain, Spanish. People from Gujarat, Gujarati. People from Punjab, Punjabi. People from Maharashtra, Marathi. People from Bengal, Bengali. People from Sindh, Sindhi. That is the pride we have to carry in our heart. We are descendants of that ancient civilization. We are the descendants of that most advanced cultural civilization. And therefore, asanke penji boli na visarni aahe. Kiye visarya Sindhi boli. Now this couplet was sung by Hundraj Dukhayal, poet who had been awarded, it was Padam Shri, I think, by President of India. And I happened to be a young man at that time, about 25 years old. I attended that Sammelan in Gujarat at Gandhidham, which became one of the hubs where a lot of Sindhis, they moved from Sindh due to partition and came to Gujarat, which is on the south of Sindh. And they settled down in Gandhidham. It is still known as a hub of Sindhi community. May not be the largest one. Anya tahin bote aaye, ute ekro center hai, Indian Institute of Sindhology. It's an excellent institution with lot of literature, lot of records that you can always, is a big resource. Outside Sindh, in India, one of the biggest resources is in Indian Institute of Sindhology. I have been there, and in Gandhidham, in the year 1972, this Sammelan took place. I was a young man of 25 years of age. I attended that Sammelan, maybe 27 years at that time, yes. Yeah. So I attended that Sammelan, and Hundraj Dukhail Kavi, the poet, he was given the platform at the end of the whole meeting. All other politicians were talking why there should be Arabic script and why should there be Devanagari script. They were fighting which should be the script for Sindhis. He simply got up there and he said this, "Kiye visarya Sindhi boli, Sindhi boli, mitri boli, jame maudini mukhe loli." And everybody clapped and clapped and clapped. Whole congregation of 5,000 people, they enjoyed listening from him. He was a poet. It doesn't matter what script it is written in. Now I am coming to that final step for you to understand. Boli is what we speak. Sindhi boli. What we speak. When I am speaking Mata sa Sindhi ro galaya, so do you know if I am talking in Arabic Sindhi or Devanagari Sindhi or Romanai Sindhi? No. Sindhi boli is Sindhi boli. Script is secondary. Because script has changed over time. It has never been the same script. Did you know that in Mohenjo-daro, the script which was used at that time have not been able to decipher even today. It is in shapes, birds, and pictures and other things. It is like today's emojis. When you send a SMS, you send emoji. Don't you send emojis? We are going back to that culture, which was already there 5,000 years ago. They used to talk in emojis. 2,000 seals were found in the excavation there. 2,000 seals. And one of the most important seals, I'll tell you, was two seals. One was with a unicorn. Unicorn is an animal with a one horn. That seal was there. And the second seal that was found was with Pashupatinath sitting in the Yoga Mudra. Yoga Mudra is, you know what? In which you do with cross-legged and do yoga. So what does that tell you? That 5,000 years ago, they used to practice yoga vidya at the Sindhu Valley civilization. Yoga, today which is known as world over, yoga is a big thing. It is for the peace of mind, body, discipline, health, and unity of thinking. Yoga Vidya. They used to practice then. That seal has come out. And the other seal was unicorn. There were 2,000 seals. They have not been able to decipher those. But coming back to the script, as I was saying, the present day script of Sindhi language, which is now considered what Britishers gave to us in 1853. Prior to 1853, because Britishers' rule came to Sindh in 1846, they took over Sindh from the rulers, Mir, Muslim rulers at that time. When Britishers came, there were 4 different scripts being written in Sindh. Gurmukhi, Devanagari, Khudabadi, Arabi, and Hatwanki. 4 scripts were written. Britishers said that we cannot control a province where we don't know what people are writing. We got to have one script. So they appointed a committee, and that committee was headed by Francis Burton, Britisher, and on that committee was one Muslim and one Hindu, and they were all together working. This committee came up with entirely different script, which was like Arabic, but not Arabic. It was mix of Arabic and Persian script written from right to left. Not like Arabic, not like Persian. It has got dots and all that. Right to left written, and that became Perso-Arabic script, which was officially implemented and launched by Britishers in 1853. So the people who say that Sindhi is written in right to left script, it is not correct. It was from 1853 only. Prior to that, it was written in Khudabadi Devanagari, Hatwanki, Gurmukhi, and Arabi, which was different from the Perso-Arabic that we write now. None of those four are in those. But the words they took were entirely from Sindhi language. It was the script that was changed by them. Now what happened from 1853 through partition, 1947, less than 100 years. 6 years less than 100 years. 94 years only. Sindh adopted the Perso-Arabic script written from right to left, and that became official script of Sindhi. So all the books were converted into that script, which when the people came after partition, a lot of remained in Sindh, but those who left Sindh and came to India and then scattered all over the world, they knew only that particular Perso-Arabic script written from right to left. But once they came to India, a lot of schools opened up in Devanagari, which was like Hindi. You know how is Devanagari written? Like Hindi and Sanskrit. So Sindhi written in Devanagari became the second script, which all the new generation started following, because schools were opened all over India. About 900 schools opened. Colleges opened. Sindhis came and opened a lot of institutions. They started teaching their Perso-Arabic script and Sindhi Devanagari. But they could not decide on which one to be officially acknowledged. So Government of India in 1967 acknowledged both Arabic, Perso-Arabic script and Devanagari as the official Sindhi scripts. In the April of 1967, it was adopted by Government of India. After that, what has happened? After 67, through 1990, almost majority of those schools which had opened in the partition time, they all closed down. आज इंडिया में, हिंदुस्तान में only 4 to 5% schools are left. जिते अरबी, देवनागरी, Sindhi scripts पढ़ी हुई हैं. Sindhi children don't have exposure of script in any state because there is no Sindhu state in India. All states, whether there is Maharashtra or Punjab or Gujarat or Bengal, they have got their provincial languages compulsory. Who will teach Sindhi? They don't. Children have to learn provincial language, English, and one foreign language, so they don't learn their own mother tongue. Nobody teaches them that script. So Asanja Sindhi Bar, they are getting disconnected with their language. Mana, what are we doing? We are losing the touch with our own Panji Matrabhasha, mother tongue. The 1990 में Gobind Chandi Ramani in Bombay, he decided that we need a third script, and that has to be Romanized script, which our children can read and write anywhere in the world. English is everywhere. So he adopted English script, alphabet, and created a Romanized Sindhi script. जैमें मूं तव्हांखे पढ़ी ॿुधायो कीअं विसारियां सिंधी ॿोली मिठड़ी ॿोली जंहिंमें माउ ॾिनी मूंखे लोली. I am reading Sindhi, but written in Romanized Sindhi script. This was then created by him, and later on, after many years of work on it, finally it was launched by Alliance of Global Sindhi Associations in this particular Romanized Sindhi. Do you see this? RomanizedSindhi.org. This was the website created in which this Romanized Sindhi was launched, and all children, wherever they are in the world, they were given the option, and third option, that you can learn your Sindhi. Doesn't matter if you don't know Arabic or Devanagari. You can learn your Sindhi because in this website, we have got the audio track. As you heard, every word has got audio with it. So you can hear the Sindhi and you can write it in Romanized Sindhi script. So I took you through the first 2 days of understanding Sindhi language, the background of it, special Sindhi sounds, and how they've been adopted into this new script, which is Romanized Sindhi script, and the website which carries this information. असीं पाण में सिंधी ॻाल्हाए सघूं था, सिंधी लिखी सघूं था, सिंधी ॿुधी सघूं था in Romanized Sindhi script. हाणे I will go back to ही जेको मूं तव्हांखे ॾेखारियो हो कीअं विसारियां सिंधी ॿोली मिठड़ी ॿोली जंहिंमें माउ ॾिनी मूंखे लोली. इन में मूं तव्हांखे तमामु इम्पोर्टेंट हिकिड़ी इंफॉर्मेशन ॾिनी हुई. If you can see, knowledge of alphabet table, vowels, 3 adopted symbols, and Sindhi sounds is given in RomanizedSindhi.org for necessary information, and you are all recommended to learn those so that it can expedite your knowledge of Sindhi language. हाणे अचां थो तमामु most important हिकिड़ो ॿियो fundamental rule तव्हांखे ॿुधाइण. Do you see item number 1? Sindhi is a gender-based language. Having learned your script, now you want to know the first principle of Sindhi language. Sindhi is a gender-based language. What is gender-based language? Vriti, Priya, Kumud, you are all with me? What is gender-based language? Gender-based language is what? Every object, animate or inanimate, living or non-living object, in Sindhi script language is assigned a gender. Every object is assigned a gender. That is not the case in English. But in Hindi, yes, it is true. Every object has got a gender. This is also true in European languages. They've got gender. What does it mean? English does not have a gender. Therefore, if you know only English, it will be difficult for you to visualize. What is gender? Kitabu. Kitabu is masculine. Copy is feminine. Now, I'll take you to the simple list of vowels. Vowels are you budhana? A, I, U, E, O, ang. A, I, E. The first four vowels. A, E. Those first four vowels, when they are at the end of any word, that word becomes feminine gender. All objects ending with the sounds of the vowels A, E are generally regarded as feminine gender objects. And the other two vowels, U, O, when words end with U and O, they become masculine gender objects. Muta kahin cha budhayo? Kitabu, U. Kitabu, B, utya U. U is uthu. U. Kitabu, which means what? Kitab is masculine. Copy, E, double E. Copy, what is this then? Feminine. Now, this is the basic rule which I have stipulated here. We'll understand and discuss this in more detail. But today, I took you to a next level of understanding Sindhi Boli. Hekro simple example to diya. Chokro, O is boy, masculine. Chokri, E. Chokri is feminine. Boy, girl. Chokro, chokri. Chokro is boy. O, chokri. E. Nalo. You remember I told you nalo. Nalo is masculine. Umr. A. Umr. Age is feminine. Munji umr. 16 साल आहे. पर मुंहिंजो नालो याशिका देवानी आहे. Muinjo nalo. Yashika, it is not your gender which comes into play here. It is nalo. Nalo is the subject of this sentence. Nalo, then what it becomes? Muinjo. But muinji umr, my age. Umr is feminine. Then it becomes muinji. And nalo is masculine, becomes muinjo. Vritti, you are with me? Vritti?
Yes, uncle.
This is the first principle which I have related to you today. Sindhi is a gender-based language. Hindi is a gender-based language. Spanish is a gender-based language. German and Italian are gender-based, but not English. Sindhi is gender-based language. इन करे ताके समझणो पवंदो मुंहिंजो मुंहिंजी. My, English is my, but same my word in Sindhi becomes muinjo when you are referring to nalo, muinji when you are referring to umr. I gave you that homework. Remember? Muinjo nalo. So indirectly I have already brought you to this first very important rule of gender. Not only know how to write in Romanized Sindhi script. Munjo nalo Yashika Devani hai, munjo nalo Virti hai, munjo nalo Samad Jafar hai, munji umar 18 साल hai, munji umar 25 साल hai. ठीक है? Now you know it is gender based. That's why we say munjo and munji. In English, it is only my. It does not say gender. So English is non-gender based language. But Sindhi is a gender based language. Every item, kitab, copy, pencil, feminine, phone, masculine, phone, masculine, pencil, feminine. Okay. Now today I will not go further because you had a very important lesson of Sindhi language. That was, it is a gender-based language. The first step you are taking in learning your Sindhi language. मां तव्हांखे अंग जेके तव्हांखे तव्हांजे टीचर कराया हुआ हिकु दफ़ो मां वरी तव्हांखे रिपीट कराईंदुसि. अंग ज़रूरी आहिनि because numbers we use in every day. तारीख़ अॼु कहिड़ी है, मुंहिंजी उमिरि घणी है, घणा लॻा आहिनि, टाइम करो, numbers continuously we use अंग. त मां हींअर अंग चवंदुसि त ही रिपीट कजो मुंहिंजे पुठियां. वृत्ति, यशिका, कुमुद, प्रिया, सभई ये टेबल ॾिसण में अचे पई तव्हांखे?
थोड़ी थोड़ी धुंधली है.
थोड़ी धुंधली है, अञा थोरो इलाज थो कयांसि. ठीक है हाणे?
No, ठीक. Maybe maybe you
हाणे
just
हिकु 1 अञा कयांसि वॾो. 1 is what? 1 is हिकु. सभु चओ हिकु.
हिकु.
2
टे.
4
5
5 6 7 8 9 10 हाँ इनके ड न चइजो. Try to remember that sound is to D with a caret symbol. Dah. So try. Doesn't matter if you
dah.
dah. 11 12
12
13 14
14
15
15
16 17
17
18 19 20 खां पोइ 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 31. Why we stopped at 31? So the महीने में घणा थींदा आहिनि 31. Every one of us can relate to our date of birth. It has to be between 1 and 31. Mana, everybody should know date of birth in Sindhi. Menji janam jo ॾींहुं 9, 15, 26, 29, 31 तारीख़ आहे. You know, 1 to 31. हिकिड़ो दफ़ो उहा अंग अची आहे त you know that. ऐं ॿियो जिन जी उमिरि under 31 आहे उहे चई सघनि था मुंहिंजी उमिरि 16 साल आहे, मुंहिंजी उमिरि 18 साल आहे, मुंहिंजी 20 आहे, मुंहिंजी 25 आहे, मुंहिंजी 29 साल उमिरि आहे. Everybody can say. We will go to the next from 31 onwards. ऐं पोइ मां तव्हांखे तमामु सिंपल प्रिंसिपल ॿुधाईंदुसि how to remember Sindhi अंग. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Vritti, are you okay with this?
Yes, uncle. Yes.
हाँ, ये अंग जेके हैं ना, ये टेबल जेका मूं तव्हांखे मोकिली है. If you print out this table, alphabet table with vowels, ऐं जेको homework जे लाइ मूं तव्हांखे sheet मोकिली हुई, and keep it with you, and the principles of Sindhi language. ये principles of Sindhi language जेको मूं तव्हांखे मोकिली है ना sheet here, that is a very valuable document. या sheet जेका है, I have prepared for our students who are learning Romanized Sindhi script. This kind of a sheet is not available in any other book or any other script of Sindhi. Devanagari में कोने, Arabi में कोने, अंग्रेजी जे लाइ मूं इहा तव्हांजे लाइ ठाही है. Print it and keep it with you, and that will guide you through the basic principles. I am not trying to make this language difficult for you, but I am giving you the fundamental knowledge about this. The taji boli jeka thindi na, sa strong thindi. Jano foundation sutho hundo. Tage samjh mein indo, ta asi ye chho tha chon. Uncle chho chayo, nalo minjo, umur minji. Masculine and feminine gender. ठीक है. त अॼु मां हिते बिहारींदुसि हाणे रुगो मां तव्हां खां ॿिनि ॼणनि खां पुछंदुसि त ही मूंखे सिंधीअ में ॿुधायो त तव्हां होली कीअं मल्हाई. Anybody wants to share that? If you spend some time celebrating Holi, जीअं मूं तव्हांखे ॿुधायो शुरूअ में त मूं होली मल्हाई कल्ह गीहर. असांजे घर में गीहर आयो ठारूअ जो, मूं सभिनी सां शेयर कयो जेके विज़िटर्स आया हुआ. त वी सेलिब्रेटेड होली बाय ईटिंग सिंधी गीहर. तव्हां कीअं होली मल्हाई? प्रिया, कुमुद, वृत्ति, याशिका, डिड यू सेलिब्रेट और नॉट? होली मल्हाई तव्हां? कोन मल्हाई? रंगन जी कोन मल्हाई होली?
I forgot it was holy, but then my mom gave me mithai. How do I say that in Sindhi? I ate mithai. How do you say that? Mithai.
खाधी. मां मिठाई ॾिनी असांखे. हा, असां सभिनी मिठाई खाधी. असांखे मिठाई ॾिनी. शीगे चओ मां असांखे मिठाई ॾिनी, असां होली जी मिठाई खाधी.
Mom.
मां माना मदर. मां असांखे होलीअ जी मिठाई ॾिनी.
मां असांजी होलीअ जी मिठाई ॾिनी.
असां होलीअ जी मिठाई खाधी.
असां होलीअ जी मिठाई खाधी.
करेक्ट. प्रिया तूं ॿुधाए.
मां होली कान मल्हायसि. मूंखे रंग भंग
कोन वणंदो आहे.
कोन वणंदो आहे. ॾाढो मैसी आहे.
आहे बराबरि ईअं आहे. किन किन खे वणंदो आहे. Back about 8-10 years back, असां वटि हिते कैंप में होली मल्हाई हुयूं त मां वियो हुउसि हुते टू वॉच, पर असांजा सिंधी ॿार केतिरा अची विया हुआ, सभिनी चयो अंकल असीं त तव्हांखे रंग ज़रूरु लॻाईंदासीं, त मूंखे बि लॻायूं, त आई वॉज ऑल्सो कलर्ड कंप्लीटली, बट देन आई एंजॉयड बीइंग विद देम, हू सभु रंग लॻाए वेठा हुआ, सो आई डिड प्ले विद देम, पर it is like bringing people together, different ages, different social status, no differences. Everybody comes around and they kind of hug each other and apply color and sing together and enjoy. It unifies. It's a very, very important festival of color.
Ma rogo hikro dafo kalias and hikro dafo
रंग लगायो
minje lai sutoho
काफी हो
काफी हो
काफी हो एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ वंस, ठीक है, वो बि सुठो। तव्हां बि नहीं ॿुधायो, हाणे वृत्ति तूं ॿुधाए तो होली कई कल्ह?
मां दोस्त जे लाइ खेली।
हाँ, तो पंहिंजे दोस्त सां खेली होली?
हाँ, मां दोस्त जे लाइ नहीं, दोस्त, can you help me? Sorry.
दोस्त सां you
दोस्त सां
played with?
पंहिंजे दोस्त
सां खेली 5-6 साल जे बाद खेली।
5-6 सालनि खां पोइ हाँ रांदि कई, होली रांदि कई। तो कहिड़ो रंग कम में आंदो? रंग
नीलो,
पीलो, वेरी गुड। ऐं ॿियो कहिड़ो रंग में आंदो?
गारो,
पीलो गारो। असां उतां शुरू कई अॼु इहो लेसन कलर्स। होली में त रंग लॻंदा आहिनि न, त इन करे मूं तव्हांखे अॼु रंगनि सां इंट्रोड्यूस करायो, डिफरेंट कलर्स। ॾाढो सुठो। कुमो तूं ॿुधाए तो होली कीअं कई?
अंकल असां कोन कई होली हिन साल, ऐं जुमे जो ॾींहुं हो त कम हो असांखे, ऐं शाम जो असीं विया, मुंहिंजो पुटु रहंदो आहे बर्कली में, हुनखे कोठण, त असीं हुते विया, त हिन साल असीं कोन कई होली।
तव्हां कोन कई, ठीकु है, सुठो। पर हाणे सभिनी खे रंगनि जी ख़बर पइजी वेली, जो जेको लेसन थियो तंहिंमें कॉन्सोनेंट्स, वॉवल्स, हाउ टू कंस्ट्रक्ट द वर्ड्स, ऐं जेका तव्हांखे वर्कशीट मिली आहे घर जे लाइ, नालो, उमिरि, माइटनि जा वॾनि जा नाला, ऐं उहे किथे रहंदा हुआ सिंध में, इहो लिखण सां, ऐं अॼु जेको तव्हांखे इंट्रोडक्शन मिलियो, फंडामेंटल रूल ऑफ सिंधी लैंग्वेज, सिंधी ॿोली जेंडर बेस्ड लैंग्वेज आहे, ऐं उन में असीं अॻियां वधंदासीं। नेक्स्ट लेसन एंड नेक्स्ट वीक we will go beyond that and we will go to relations, माइट, उन्हें के सिखंदासीं। त I'll take you quickly through all these basic steps, ऐं मां सम्झां थो त जेके असांजा रिटर्निंग स्टूडेंट्स आहिनि उन्हनि खे बि सुठो रिविजन मिले पियो along with the new students, some of the basic rules, ठीक है? ऐं सरमद, you would like to share, तूं कुझु ॿुधाए, कराची मां थी आया तो छा कयो?
मूं कराची में थोरो बहुत ट्रैवल कयो, इलाही जेको सिंध में काफ़ी श्राइन्स हूंदियूं, त मूंखे इलाही शौक़ु हुओ वञण जो, त असीं 2-3 श्राइन्स में वियासीं। उते तमामु शांत हुई, उते कोई इंसान जिजतर हुन था। असीं बपोर ॾींहुं विया हुआसीं, बपोर जो विया हुआसीं, त इलाही सुकून हो। Like I've not felt that peaceful in a long time.
घणो वक्त हुए कराची में? घणा ॾींहं हुए?
10
ॾींहं कराची में हुए, ठीक, ॾाढो सुठो।
सर तव्हां हुते कराची हलवो खाधो?
हिन दफ़ा न खाधो।
कराची हलवो कोन खाधो? अरे कराची में
बचपन में असां वटि काफ़ी हलवा आहिनि। हिकिड़ो हुए तो हबशी हलवो, जेको जो फेमस हुजे तो। हबशी हलवो इज माय फेवरेट। ता कमने ता Google करे सको था, but उनकी tradition जो कोई ऐसे like it's सिंध में कराची में like खावा ये तो हब्शी हलवा पर हब्शी meaning हब्शी जो लफ्ज़ है is means African.
हाँ.
तो actually Africa में आवी है dish. तो मुझे को सगाल के होते जो my friend lives in Nairobi. तो उनके दिखाने जो हलवा नहीं जो वे तो it was the same thing. हाँ तो मुझे नहीं खबर कि वो उनकी local African tradition जो हलवा है कि import थियो है तो अफ्रीका में अलग बता मारो इंडिया में settle थिया हुआ right many generations ago. So that's my favorite. पर आऊँ जरो I get older आऊँ थोड़ा मिठो गट कहे आऊँ तो कोशिश करें आऊँ तो हिंद दफा न खा दो.
मां ॾिठा पियो पिक्चर्स हब्शी हलवे जो हुनमें कंहिंखे ख़बर आहे हुनमें मोहनथाल में छा फ़र्क़ु थींदो आहे?
ॾाढो घणो फ़र्क़ु. मोहनथाल is different completely.
पिक्चर्स मोहनथाल जहिड़ियूं आहिनि पर
मोहनथाल is traditional Sindhi घर में ठाहींदा हुआ ऐं हब्शी हलवो जेको आहे सो उन जो ingredients ही different है. वो चाबू थी.
But I get it. ये जो कोई ऐसे अलग similar I can see, but it tastes totally different. मोहनथाल है थोड़ो it's kind of like it's actually Mohanthal is the best, right?
Best.
But you hapshi halwa is like sticky way to hapshi halwa is like cooked, so thoda liquidy ho jato, but it sort of congeals over time. Ne jo Mohanthal hai it's sort of solid, मतलब थोड़ा उनमें हो जातो, but tastes totally different.
Totally.
Hapshi is more like जिको carrot cake जरो बुझे तो a little bit. Yeah, there's no carrot in it though.
हाँ. ठीक है.
एक कराची हलवा बुझे तो जिको I think Turkey में tradition है जिको Turkish delight बनता है. It's a similar recipe. उनमें ये तो कि you have to pull it and it doesn't break.
चाबू थींदो है.
चाबू yeah.
चाबू ने के elastic चाबू. होने में पिस्ता पौंदा है. बॉम्बे में जेको दुकान है ठारूअ जो उते विकरंदा आहिनि भाई सिंगल पिस्ता डबल पिस्ता ट्रिपल पिस्ता.
That's my favorite dessert ever, that halwa.
That halwa is favorite, yes.
Yeah. But ये अगर कराई Turkish delight अगर इंता करे खादा आयो लंदन में ले popular हो जाती. हाँ. It's the same thing. when you thought about it's 19 only भी जो फर्क है, but it's more or less the same thing. I think आयो जो कोई हलवा Central Asia में आयो होंदो most likely.
हीअं मां तव्हांखे ॿुधायां त because सिंध मां ट्रेडिंग थींदी हुई असांजा जेके सिंध वर्की आहिनि न, it is very well known that they opened their businesses all over the world. They used to go by boats and open their businesses Africa, Southeast Asia में, South America में, Europe में, सभिनी सिंध वर्कियुनि पंहिंजा धंधा खोलिया हुआ. ऐं पोइ उते जिते धंधा खोलींदा हुआ वरी उतां पंहिंजा बिज़नेस वधाइण जे लाइ मोटी ईंदा हुआ त वरी तव्हां छोकरनि खे खणी वठी ईंदा पाण सां, नंढा नंढा छोकिरा भाई उते हली ते कमु सिखो ऐं धंधो संभालियो. उते छा थींदो हो जो दे यूज्ड टू क्रिएट ह्यूज सेटअप. ऐं उते जिते जिते वेंदा हुआ, सपोजिंग दे वेंट टू अफ्रीका, त they used to very quickly pick up the local language. One thing that Sindhis knew, how to pick up the local language, because that was the step towards successful trading. If you could speak their local language, you could trade with them. The Chakandava, because they had businesses all over, they were good at trading goods from all over the world, taking to the place where it was needed. supposing goods were made in Japan, but they were needed in, let's say, in Africa, they were able to do it. पंहिंजनि धंधनि मां हुन खां वठंदा हुते पहुचाईंदा हुआ. साॻी तरह छा कंदा हुआ, जो local, supposing there were some delicacies or specialties, they used to adopt them also. त हाणे जीअं तव्हां ॿुधायो न हबशी हलवो आहे, maybe it was popular in Nairobi or in Lagos या किथे. They used to bring that and adopt that, make it Turkish halwo, उन्हें के पंहिंजे टेस्ट सां सिंध में ठाहियूं, and they make it Karachi halwo, which is slightly different from Turkish halwo, but they adopted it. त हिननि के सिंधियुनि के ॿोलीअ में ऐं खाधे पीते में they were very good at adopting and blending. इन्हें करे छा थियो, जो at one time in Sindh, all the security force, the security हूंदी हुई न, माना तव्हां ॾिसंदा आहियो न security officers, they used to be from Africa. पारा ये जेको हूंदा आहिनि न हबशी, they were brought in as security staff.
Yeah, there's still Africans in Sindh, right? इनके मकरानी चंदा है जिको
मकरानी चंदा है इनके, and they used
मकरानी,
to and they used to use their services. Of course, they used to pay them, never as slaves.
No, never as slaves. Yeah, no, they were integrated into the culture. ने मकरानी अगर आई उन्हीं जो नालियो उन्हीं जो करे आई neighborhoods में वञो, they have, like, even though they've stayed in Sindh for a long time and Balochistan, उन्हीं जो dance है, उन्हीं जो rhythms हैं, they're all African, right? जी, मतलब they're good in certain things. So you can see that, you know, they've carried that traditions from when they were back in Africa, right? लेकिन ताजी गाल सही है कि they were never here as slaves.
Never. They were respected. They were treated as employees. जहिड़ी तरह हू एम्प्लॉय कंदा हुआ पंहिंजे धंधनि में, तीअं उते माण्हू वठी ईंदा हुआ, हिते पंहिंजे एम्प्लॉय कंदा हुआ. वॾे में वॾी सिंधियुनि जी जेका स्ट्रेंथ हुई was from शिकारपुर. शिकारपुरियुनि जेको कॉमर्शियल बिजनेस, बैंकिंग सॼे वर्ल्ड में कोन हुई, हिननि शुरू कई. What was known as हुंडी सिस्टम. हुंडी सिस्टम 300 साल अॻु में, 400 साल अॻु में शिकारपुरियुनि कई हुई शुरू. From Shikarpur. What was that, you know? They used to write on a piece of paper, you deposit money in any part of world, if you gave it to that particular business house and they give you acknowledgement, hundi, you could go and get cash from another part of the world, from the Shikarpuri business there, just to show that hundi, will acknowledge it and they'll give you cash there. In those days, they were doing banking all over the world, Shikarpuri hundi system. And they used to honor it, hundis. Even in China in those days, 300 years ago, when most of the Chinese were under Western influence and they were being driven in through opium into a state of lethargy, Sindhi Shikarpuris used to have big trading business in China. Money lending. They used to lend money and also do hundi trading. So, जीअं मूं तव्हांखे शुरू में ॿुधायो न, असांजी कल्चर is oldest. We have been unicorns. Mana, that animal which you have not seen with your eyes, but in the seal of Mohenjo-daro, unicorn is there. That was a seal. They were using it for trading. When the goods they ठप्पो नहीं मोकलींदा हुआ. In the लाख में ठप्पो हणंदा हुआ ना, तो भाई उन्हें जो seal जो, तो भाई the bale of goods has come from this trading house it carries this seal. Mana, this is the product you can rely on. And they used to trade all over the world 5,000 years ago. Anyway, that was a good exchange of information. Thank you. See you all next week. And before we close, Vritti, please join. Sacho. Ma Sindhi Aya.
Ma Sindhi Aya.
Sindhi Aya.
Asi Sindhi Ayum.
Asi Sindhi Ayu.
Sindhi में ॻाल्हाईंदासीं.
Sindhi में ॻाल्हाईंदासीं.
जय झूलेलाल.
Jai Jhulelal.
Take care.
ॾाढो सुठो.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
जय झूलेलाल.